We are believing big, bigger, and better, and it's going to come because our belief system, we are already placing it where it needs to be. Now we know that every day is a new day, and every day we wake up to something new. And I woke up one morning and God said, reach out to this gentleman. Reach out to him because not only are you following him and his wife's story that I've been knowing his wife, especially for a numerous amount of years, but then I started seeing their story and then people started tagging me on their story. And I was like, hey, I actually know them. God was like, release that in the atmosphere that you want him to talk about the belief story because a lot of times people will see it, but they don't believe it and people will not even go into a fact of, you know what, I can achieve that because I see what God has taken me before and where He's going to take me now. Impulse Summit is for those who are knowing about the faith, the servitude, and about education. Impulse Summit is about individuals that is people over profit. Impulse Summit is about you and why you need to be there. And why is it that it's going to change so many lives? And how is it that it's going to do so many things for your business and just for you in general? That if you change your heart and your belief system, all things can come. Well, let's start with it now. I want to bring to the seat the Believe Live, none other than Mr. Terrence Hawthorne.
All right. How you guys doing? Thank you for allowing me to be on your platform. First of all, oh man, this is amazing. I'm excited. I am excited.
Well, we're excited for you to be here. You have no idea. I mean, every time I talk to you on the phone, you get me more and more hyped up. Like, you have no idea. You get me like, okay, I can do this. You know, one day I was getting dressed where you say, hey, Mitch, you got time to talk? I'm like, yes, sir. I'm driving to work talking to you like I'm on a high. I'm going to work like, yes, this is what I'm talking about. So tell a little bit about who you are and how we got right here right now.
Okay. I'm Terrence Hawthorne. My wife is Alveria, Lucretia Hawthorne. I'm currently now her full-time caregiver. We actually moved here to Tampa back in '02, actually. And me and my wife, we've been in the hair industry, in the beauty industry for years. As Micheline said, you know, they've crossed paths, right? At a few different events. My wife has been a stylist for years, over 30 years. And we've owned a salon here in Tampa probably about 17 years. But, you know, like she said, we came here with a vision. We came here with a vision that we want to open up a salon. We want to be able to serve the community. We want to be able to mentor a lot of the young ladies in the beauty school, in the beauty industry. And we was able to do that. We was able to do a lot of things. And I'm just so grateful to continue to honor my wife as we go through this healing process. Many of you guys may know what we're going through, obviously. It's unfortunate. My wife suffered a brain aneurysm almost 3 years ago. It was very unexpected. It just happened out of nowhere. You know, and she is a living miracle. She is a living miracle. I will love her through it. And God, like she said, that belief, you know, I don't believe what I see what I believe. And that started, Micheline, that started in the hospital when she was laying there in a coma, when they told me that she wasn't going to make it, when they told me that they wasn't hopeful, when they were standing around with them white coats telling me, I'm sorry for your loss. We're not hopeful that she's going to make it. And I told them that my wife shall live and not die. You know, and they advised me to let her go, pull the plug, let her go. I told them, listen, that's not my decision. If the man wanted to call her home, he would have called her home. But obviously, he still had purpose. He still had purpose, and God know her heart. She is a person and a heart. We both have a heart for the people, as you know.
Yes.
We are in the people business, Micheline. We
Yes.
are in the people business. We serve people all the time. I'm telling you, this barber and beauty industry, that's what it's all about. And I'm telling you, our motto is that people don't care how much you know till they know how much you care. And you have to show them your heart. You have to lead with your heart and understand when you're in this beauty and barber industry, when you're in this business, you are serving others. You are serving others. and they're coming into your salon or your barber shop, right? They're coming into your sanctuary, and when they coming in there, they coming there with a lot of weight. They coming in there with a lot of stuff. And as you know, as many people have said in your chair, and I'm a witness that many people who said in my wife's chair, they have dumped a lot on you. They will dump a lot on you, and ministry take place right there. It takes place right there instantly. So, man, listen, my wife told me, even before this happened, Micheline, she told me, she said, baby, if I'm ever in a situation and I'm fighting for my life, don't give up on me.
Mm.
These are the hard conversations we have as couples. You know, I want to be buried here. I want to be buried there. I don't want to be, I want to be cremated. I don't want to be cremated. If I'm ever in a situation where I go, I don't want to go to nursing home. I want to go here. So these are the hard conversations that you have to have as couples, right? And as she know, I would never give up on her. And listen, this is to death do us part. This is to death do us part. Micheline, I'm gonna say this. God has gave me the grace to run this race.
Yes.
I can't explain it. It's a grace that's over me because I've been called to this. This is my ministry. My ministry is to continue to honor my vows fully all the way through. We think about the whistles and the bells. We think about the dresses. We think about all the glitz and glamour, right? But when it comes down to the sickness and health, when it comes down to when you really, really got to be there, you really got to, honor your vows. When you really, what are you gonna do? Is you gonna run? Is you gonna stick it out? Or is you gonna do like Christ said? He said, love your wife as Christ loved the church and laid his life down for it. I said, okay, God, that's what I'm doing. I'm gonna continue to do that. As long as I love your daughter, as long as I take care of my wife, as long as I honor her as a husband, you will take care of me. And I'm telling you, Micheline, from that day to this day, God has been taking care of us. God has been supporting our needs. God has been blessing us abundantly. I'm telling you, it's not a day go by. I get a beep. I get an email. I get a message. What's your address? Do you have Zelle? Do you have Cash App? I want to bless you. God put you on my heart. Oh, man, listen to me. Favor coming from every different directions. He put me in contact with you guys.
Yes.
You and your amazing team to help me bring this vision to pass, what God has put on my heart. Let me tell you something. God will move and shift some things for you, and favor will work for you in the midst of the valley. So yes. I'm just grateful and honored to be on this journey.
We're grateful because as we talked the other day, I said, oh, Mr. Hawthorne, I got you for that. What you need, I got you. And the connection together is what you call when believing, because it's out there. God said he just needed us to connect together so that we can bring our vision to part. As we're going through where it began.
Yes.
Your wife, top realtor.
Yes.
You with your construction company. Top construction company. Moving to Tampa off of a vision, off of just word. And then your wife building that word of mouth. How did it begin with you? Because a lot of times people will think, oh, I got to have this in order for it to work out. God said, you know what I'm saying? I have to help. I got to have this amount of money or I can't afford this. Where did it all begin?
Let me tell you something, Micheline. I can write a book about this. I'm going to tell you, me and my wife, when we talk about walking by faith, when you talk about belief, right? You're talking about belief. And I'm telling you, and God will give you more on the way than when you start. We came here with a vision. And, my wife was expecting to go right into the beauty industry. And obviously in Florida, you have to have more hours, right? So she had to, after so many years of doing hair, she had to go back to school, Micheline. She had to go back to school, do her hours, right? And I get here, transferred from the union transferred me here, and my job wasn't ready yet. Okay, now we really got to walk this faith walk because now all this stuff is hidden. So what we gonna do? You know what we did? We looked at each other and said, baby, we gonna make this thing work. We took a job. I shared this on my live the other day. We took a job at Publix. You hear me, Mrs. Celine? We took a job at Publix. My wife was the cashier, and I was pushing the baskets. guys. This was 21 years ago. I was pushing the baskets, loading the groceries. We did what we had to do to support the vision. Now, get this. We had the vision already. We wanted to get the salon. We wanted to get the shop, right? We didn't have all the specifics on where the blessing and everything, where the support was going to come from, but we knew if we walked by faith and we believed that it'll happen. We went looking at buildings. Wow. We went looking at buildings, didn't have a down payment, didn't have two nickels to rub together. But we had faith. We had faith. And I tell you, we got favor with that building. We ended up getting, listen to me, we got in there. We didn't have no means of getting no chairs or no stations or nothing. You know what we did? My wife, she used my expertise as to her benefit. Right. We got some shelves from Home Depot. Do you hear me? We got some shelves from Home Depot, and I built some stations and put them up against the wall. I built some stations and put them up against the wall. We did what we had to do. But I'm gonna tell you how God worked. We found the building and started trying to get some stuff and put some stuff in there, and found some chairs, some new and some used chairs, and start getting some stuff set up. But God sent the angel in there. Just walk through. God sent an anonymous donor. They came in there, they said, take it all out. Take it all out. Everything. Wow. God told me to furnish the whole salon. Furnish the whole salon, $40,000, $50,000. Just furnish the whole salon. Just listen to me. Take it all out. Because of our faith, because we believe. Just imagine if we didn't step out on faith. Just imagine if we didn't believe in ourselves and believe in our vision. Just imagine if we didn't put the faith to work. Because you got to understand something. Faith without works is dead. It's dead. You have to put the work in. And that's what we did. That's what we did. And once we did that, God met us along the way. Because see, he'll always give you more on the way than when you start. And that's the beginning of 17 years later, Micheline. We still here.
We still here. You know, and listening to you, I wrote a couple of things down, the vision, and starting off at Publix, and you being, you know, the gentleman that did the baskets, and she was a cashier. But y'all did not lose what y'all believed in. Y'all still had the faith through this, all coming from out of town, another state to this state here, pretty much having to start over because she had to really get more hours and, you know, going into the beauty industry. Your vision was there, but I like the fact that you said down payment. A lot of people think that you have to put money down, but you got to put your faith down, your belief down, and God rest. Like when that gentleman or that female came in and said, no, everything is out of here. We starting from new, everything new. When you walk by the faith, when you walk by your belief, the reason why I know this live is so powerful tonight, and even the one we had last week with Kai Smith and Pastor Andrea Like Diva, so powerful because it talked about belief system. In church Sunday, he talked about take a walk. Take a walk. Get past your seat and just move. A lot of people in the industry are so afraid to move. They're so afraid to walk because what they see right in front of them. They may be looking and say, you know what? I can't afford that. But what if you would have did that and said, I can't afford to move to Tampa. I can't afford this. What would have happened if you would have said that? Right. It starts with a down payment of your faith. You put a down payment on coming here with no money down.
That's right.
In this beauty and barber industry, with you building, with your wife building up in clientele, nobody here, right? Y'all didn't have no cousins, nobody coming to get done, you know, nobody there, right? But it was just y'all two.
Right.
Y'all two. And so the day that you said it happened with your wife, right? I want everybody to see this journey as you don't know what's going to happen to you. You don't know when, but just walk off your faith. And you've been continuously not just walking, but you've been running off of the faith and belief, because I see your lives and I really want people to start following you on your lives and Instagram. So powerful to it have you in tears and how much love that you have, not only just for her, but for everybody that's around you all. Everybody that have been connected to you all, you've had that down payment of faith. How does that go? How does it go?
You know what? When we talk about down payment of faith and walking by faith and not by sight and just believing, let me say this. I know you mentioned something about even right before it happened, because obviously when the unfortunate brain aneurysm, multiple strokes happened, she was out doing her dream job, Micheline, and that's as a real estate agent. Now you got to get this. Now, my wife, she was transitioning into her retirement. This is what she wanted to do. She always wanted to be a real estate agent. Now, get this. Now, she was at the top of her career. I was at the top of my career, right? I finally became a foreman of an engineering firm. I was the youngest and the only black foreman after 20 some years of being in the union. Finally became a foreman in a $30 million project. And my wife was actually top three, top two every month with Keller Williams, right?
Mm.
As real estate agent. Top two, top three out of 500 agents in the region. Out of 500 agents in the region. And we was blessing, she was blessing people everywhere to become homeowners, finding the money for them, finding the free down payment for them, helping them out. We was doing free seminar classes, credit repair seminar classes. We was doing free home buyers classes, not only in Tampa. We was doing it in Alabama. We was doing it in Georgia. We was doing it in multiple churches. Guys, we was giving out the knowledge and blessing people just as much as we could. And that's the type of person she is, right? That's the type of person she is. And the devil was mad. And I believe that he understood that she was a threat to his kingdom. And we was a threat to his kingdom. So he tried to come and kill her. He tried to take her out, but he couldn't take her out. He couldn't take her out. Listen to me. He threw his best shot.
Yes.
But he couldn't take her out. And because God still had purpose. God still, even now, God still had purpose. Because here's the thing, Micheline. What he thought is he thought that he was knocking us off a big platform in our career, which we was on a big platform. But now we worldwide, baby.
Yes.
We on an even bigger platform. And
Yes.
God is doing a new thing. God is doing some miraculous things as it relates to belief and faith. Because if ain't nobody know nothing about belief or faith, that's me. I'm gonna tell you right now. I believe. Listen, I don't believe what I see. I see what I believe. I don't care what the doctors say. I don't care what it look like. I don't care what's going on. I declare that my wife shall take up her bed and walk. And we're going to stand on a platform and share our testimony. We're going to go around doing book signings, and she's going to sign the book.
Yes.
I declare that it is done. I'm telling you. So in the midst of all this, as you asked me, how do I go through it with faith? I know, listen, faith is all I have. Belief is all I have. And I believe. I believe God is not mismanaging our life. I believe God is going to get the praise and he's going to get the glory out of our story. This season is preparing us for our next best season. So you got to understand and embrace every season that you go through, because seasons come and seasons change. I'm just so grateful for this season. Understand that I will give him praise in the valley. I will give him praise in the fiery furnace. I give him praise in the midst of the trial and tribulation, because I know all things are working together for our good. And I know who our daddy is. And I'm telling you, it's because of his grace that God going to see us through this, and he going to get the glory out of our story. And I'm just excited and ecstatic about it. Because see, here's the thing. I'm going to say this. God knew. I questioned God. I said, God, why? I said, why, God? I ain't gonna lie, I did. I questioned. And he said, because I can trust you.
Oh.
He said, I can trust you. Oh my God. He said, I can trust you with it. I said, okay, you can trust me. He said, your wife is just undeniable evidence to the enemy. Your wife is undeniable evidence to the unbeliever. For the one that don't believe and don't believe that there's a God. There's a God that can heal you. There's a God that can deliver you. There's a God that can set you free. There's a God of second chance. Listen, when they see your wife, when they see her telling her story, when they see her walk across that stage, they're going to know that there's a God. She's going to save people without saying nothing. Right now, she's saving people and blessing people without saying anything, because she is a living miracle. Do you know they say she had 2% chance to live? 98% of the people that have this incident, they die instantly. It was 3 white coats standing around in that room. They could not believe that my wife was still alive. They could not believe that she was still here. But God.
But just the connection that you have that I've been following is, so many people out there now don't really realize the connection, the strong connection that you all have had from your marriage to even now, and just going through all the things that you're doing, the connection and how deep that is to be connected to God, where He sits here and bless you all, because you've seen from the beginning to where she is now. You
Yes.
see where she started from to where she is now and where she's going, that we're grateful that the belief is so strong in you that you're
Yes.
not able to connect to other people. That's what we want to really talk, because you all still own the salon.
Yes. Yes. I'm telling you, listen, I was just telling you this the other day, Micheline. God is handling it all. He's handling it all. I'm telling you. And somebody asked me one day, they said, how are you doing it all? How? And I tell people, listen, if you're not a business owner, I have 2 of everything. If you got a mortgage, I got 2. If you got a light bill, I got 2. If you got a water bill, I got 2. You can pay insurance, I got 2. I got 2 of everything. And God is taking care of it all. Do you hear me? Yes. God is taking care of it all. God has sent some dedicated people to the salon that's been working alongside my wife for the last 15 years, guys. Listen to me. And them ladies are so dedicated. They is so, man, loyal. I'm telling you. And I don't really have to worry about nothing. I just make sure the bills are paid and they handle everything for me. Business is still running as usual, and God is still in the blessing business. I'm so grateful for that.
Now, so many people say it's still moving on because of your belief. Do you know the fear? You can't have faith and fear.
Right.
And the faith that you have outweighed any fear. The fear of moving, the fear of starting over, the fear of opening up your own construction company, the fear of opening up a salon and being involved in so many hair shows that she's put on and so many fashion shows, and now going into the real estate part of it as a couple, and individually the things that y'all have done to connect people back together.
Yes.
How strong is that? Because a lot of times people allow fear, the unknown, to hinder them.
It's like this. I understand that fear and faith cannot operate in the same space. Fear and faith cannot operate in the same space. And I've always been I've always operated like this. I keep the I over E, right? I keep my intelligence over my emotions, because if you've been led by your emotions, you're allowed to get off track. I strictly focus on the promises of God, no matter what it looked like. And that's why I carry that motto, guys. I don't believe what I see what I believe. I don't care how I look. I don't care what it looked like. I don't care what it feel like. I don't care what it sound like. I just know what I see. Because when you got vision, let me tell you something. You put the faith to work. You give God something to work with, right? When you give God something to work with, you have to put the faith out there, and you give God something to work with, then favor jumps in. Right. Now you got faith and favor working together. And see, with that, you can't be stopped, because you got faith and favor working for you at the same time. Because you got to understand, when you put your faith in action, then God can do something with it. He can do something with it. When you understand that you're not led by your emotions. We human. I understand that we are human. If people get nervous, Michael Jordan got nervous every time before he took the court. Kobe Bryant said he got moving bellies before he even came out. But look how they performed on the court. You got to overcome that. Them are emotions. We are not led by our emotions. We walk by faith and not by sight. That's why I say, I don't believe what I see. I see what I believe. I name it. I claim it. I walk in it. and I walk it out, and I give God something to work with along the way.
I love it. We're going to show you a little bit about the summit that I was talking to you about, Mpulse Summit,
Okay.
and how we began. We began with 3 days of faith, servitude, and education, and so we just want to share with people who are not familiar with Mpulse Summit, may not be familiar with you, but about what we talked about and how we're going to build and connect each other.
Okay. Awesome.
That's our MIM. MIM is on Saturday. And so that is going into what we actually start off with our networking and how we all, as an industry mixer, come together as one. This is the barbers and the beauty industry come together. This is our 5th year of servitude, education, and faith. And so we are definitely putting this into perspective as to what we need to do with making sure that we connect with each other. So that's our connecting point of it. And then we go into our early morning PPB service. And that's our post power breakfast service where we come in and we ask any questions like you start off with your business and how do we initially start off? What do we need to put into perspective? What do we have and where are we going with this? So that's our belief system starting off with our post power breakfast that morning, a panel of amazing individuals that's going to be there. And we are so elated, and every year it gets stronger and stronger. And then we go into none other than Pastor Major Jones, and he's our overseer of Mpulse Summit. He is the belief factor for Mpulse Summit. He keeps our pulse going. So we definitely have the faith of a mustard seed even more with going into this industry and what we can do for this industry. So we are excited about how Mpulse Summit. And I talked to you about the beginning and the thoughts of the beginning, and walking definitely by faith, going to now, like you moved to Tampa, we're moving to Charlotte, and we're starting over.
Yes.
We're starting over,
Yes.
and we're on new ground because God said bigger. Last year, Pastor
Yes.
said bigger, and we had to go with it. And I always tell people we went there not knowing where we're going, who we're going with, how we're going to do it. Nothing. We went there 2 weeks later after our Breathe conference that was in Columbia. We went to Charlotte, North Carolina, the key holders, and we visited different places to see what felt the best for us. And we found it,
Yes.
the UNC
Ye-
Marriott and Hotel and Conference Center. And so as we go every year, God gives us different things to really download into our system, into our spirit. And this year, the belief factor, which is why you're so, close to our heart because of what you're doing. I watch your lives. I watch how every day, you and your wife, y'all talk and, you express different things in the whole, situation. You express the greatness of it all, the goodness of it all. And people can look at it.
Right.
We talked the other day how people say, man, how you do this? Like, how do you do this? And so many people want to know, how do you do this? How is it that you are so strong with this when most people would have ran away? Most people would be like, no, but you stand strong because of your belief, because of
Yes.
what you're constantly doing. God is constantly giving it back to you. He's constantly
Yeah.
resuscitating everything that you thought you lost. You're only gaining bigger now.
Yes. You're right. I get that question a lot. I get inboxes from not only here but all across the country. Honestly, from different nations, people inbox me about certain things they wanted me to share topics on, uh, and I tell them, listen, man, I love my wife. I honor my wife, and you don't really know until you're really in that space. And what people got to understand is that this is to death do us part. And a lot of people, they said that word cliche, to death do your part, to death do your part, until you're really in the middle of it.
Hmm.
Until you in the storm, you will understand. But God has gave me the grace, Micheline. God has gave me this grace. He gave me the grace to run this race. I cannot explain it to you. Listen to me. The average person would be pulling their hair out. The average person would have turned to drugs or alcohol or
Hmm.
some other stuff. Or some people commit suicide.
Yes.
But listen, I'm doing it with joy. I'm doing it with grace. I'm doing it with gratitude.
Yes, you are.
I'm Yes, I'm doing it with loyalty. I honor my wife every day, unconditionally. It don't matter what condition she in. Listen to me. Miss Lynn, get this. I still take my wife on dates.
You do.
I load her up. I put her in that van and we go ride on the sunset. I take her to Clearwater to the beach, let her feel some of that fresh air, that fresh breeze. And sometimes we watch the sunset and she enjoy it. And I play some little Frankie Beverly and Mays or something real slow or some jazz or something like that, and let her know I love her unconditionally, baby. And here's the thing: the video that went viral, the one when she asked me, "You got to get this,
You,
guys. You
you,
got to get this." A lot
you
of
said,
people, it
right.
went viral.
Yeah.
I was recording my wife one day, and what people got to understand is, my wife didn't say nothing for months. She wasn't
Mm-hmm.
really talking, but this one particular day, she asked me, "Do I still want her?
Mm-hmm.
Do I still want her? Do I want her?" And I'm telling you, it's something just triggered in me. I'm about to turn and flip around in that chair to tell her, yeah, what are
Yeah,
you talking about? What you asking me that for? Yes,
yeah.
I love you, girl. Don't play with me.
Right,
You
right, right.
my baby. Come on now. And she started laughing like,
Yeah.
okay,
Yes.
okay.
Yes,
And it went viral.
it did.
Listen,
It
I
did.
said, listen, I didn't plan this. I did not plan this, Miss Lee. I did not plan this because I didn't know what. Listen to me. When I every time I cut that camera on, I don't know what she's gonna say. But God knew.
Yes, he did.
God knew, and it needed to get out there to let people know that real love do exist, baby.
That's it.
Loyalty do exist, and people still honor marriage.
Mm.
And obviously, things happen. And where people have to get divorced and different things like that. That's life. It happens, right?
Yes, right.
But we have to understand that there are some real love that still exists, right?
Yes.
And some people call it that old school love. Because you got to understand, me and my wife celebrate 22 years of marriage this year, guys.
That's
22. And I love being around her. She loved being around me. And see, here's the thing. This is what makes it easy, Micheline, is even before this happened, we enjoyed each other's company.
yes.
See, I wasn't the husband that was trying to get away and go share time over here or go over there. And I got to get away from her. I got to go. Nah. We did everything together.
Yes.
From the morning to the evening to the night, everywhere. We went everything. That's my best friend. That's my partner. And we enjoy each other company. That's why it makes it so easy to be able to be her caregiver now. I enjoy her. We laugh. I can still make her laugh. Even in the middle of the fire, in the midst of the storm. Y'all see the videos.
Yes.
I've been blessed to make my wife, laugh for over 20 years and smile and blush
Yeah.
for over 20 years.
And
That's the key, guys. You have to make that woman laugh and blush and smile. Make her feel special. Understand you can't be so serious and mean all the time. You got to open your heart and love that woman and show her your emotional and compassionate side. That's what it's all about. And that's what I continue to lead with.
a lot of times people are saying, what is that connection in between the beauty industry and
Right.
your belief and how strong it is? Because a lot are married, a lot are divorced, a lot are seeking for that person or,
Yes.
that ideal person. If you was to say the belief system, what's one of the things that's going to really bridge what you're saying in between the industry of belief? Because this year, what God given us believe, it's a reason. It's a reason why he said believe, because I know for a fact people need to believe more in themselves, because I needed to. I need to believe more in myself and to believe what God is saying and to step on faith. Even though sight is there, I had to really step out on my faith even more. What is that connection between the industry and the individual?
Here's the thing, what I've understood and what I've learned, even being in this business for so long with my wife. Obviously, I'm not a hairstylist, but I am a business owner with my wife, and I've seen a lot. I've seen a lot come and I've seen a lot go. We are in the people business.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of times we have to get out of our own way. You have to get out of your own way and allow God to be God through you to serve the people. And believe that God can do it through you, no matter what. Believe that he called you to this industry to make impact. Not only impact in your life or your individual life, but in people's lives. See, you called to the people ministry. That's what this is. You know, and we have to get out our own way and quit scoring ourselves and tallying ourselves up on what we are capable of doing, right? You know, sometimes we put ourselves on the scoreboard, right? So we say, we're able, we're capable to do this. We'll, you know, but God said you can do it. He already gave you that grace, that anointing to do it. He's already put you on that assignment to be over people. He already put you on that assignment to be that example in this business. So why are you questioning yourself? Because you're basing it on what you can do, not what God can do through you. See, some of us just got to move ourselves from the equation and allow God to be God through you. And once you do that, you can be very, very successful. I watched my wife do it many times. I'm telling you. She's a strong woman of faith and a people person. And she lead with her heart. And God called her to people. I'm telling you, in this industry, you're called to people. And you have to serve the people. You have to lead with love and move yourself out the way and let God move on your behalf. And once you do that, the doors and the windows of heaven is going to open up for you and your business like never before. He's going to send people from the north, the south, the east, and the west. Everybody going to want to work with you. They're going to want to be a part of what you're doing because you allow God to use you and you move yourself from the equation.
I love it because so many people, you know, just listen to you and I'm steady writing notes. So many people get in their own way. They really stop themselves from achieving things. That's not something I see you and your wife did. You all believed in it, you walked in it, and you bridged that gap in between, you know, construction and hair. You learned the hair industry. You did because you supported her in so many facets. And that's why we know that Mpulse Summit is bridging that gap between that belief in the industry of the barber and beauty industry, because you understand that a lot of us will stand behind a chair and we don't believe
Right.
in what we can do. We don't believe that God can supply all, not some, all of our needs.
Yes, yes,
We
yes.
just believe everything that you said, he supplied it. When you didn't think it, he did it.
Yes, he did it. He did it. And let me tell you something. You're talking about, when you talk about construction, right? Here's the thing. My wife is so genius. My wife, I'm telling you, my wife, I used to tell her, I said, listen, you ain't finna be using me. You think I'm around here old black Mexican or something. You got me around here adding rooms. You got me around here painting the salon, doing floors. You got me around here doing, I'm talking about we saving all kind of overhead. Electrician, from electricians to HVAC. I've been blessed with that ability, right? And to be able to do all this stuff. Here's the thing. So she got creative. Oh, we could do some shows. I'm setting up all the stages, setting up stuff for the hair shows, the barber explosion. I'm setting up stuff for the pageant. I'm like, my God. But you know what? We're a team, right? We're a team. She was good at what she did. I was good at what I did. And we made it happen. When you work together as a team and you come together with one common goal, my God, you can be very successful in this industry. You can be very successful. And that's what it's all about, man. Come together. Teamwork make the dream work. Teamwork make the dream work. One can bring 1,000 to flight, but two can bring 10,000 to flight. I'm telling you. And that's what we did, man. And that's why God is blessing us so much, because we was a blessing to so many people. And right now, he's sending that village. And God will send the people. He will send the people that you need to be in that season that you need. I'm telling you.
Yes.
He'll do it. Your anointing and your gift will make room for you, because he put your anointing on display. He gonna put your gift on display. He gonna create a stage for you. And then guess what else he gonna do? He gonna bring your audience. He gonna bring your audience, and he gonna lay that thing out for you. And that's what he's doing. I'm just so excited, man. I'm fired up. I'm fired up because I know that all things are working together for our good. I'm not around here downtrodden, crying, mad, confused. I'm not. Listen to me. It's time to keep the feet on the devil's neck. It's
That's
time
it.
to apply pressure. We got to continue to apply pressure. You got to continue to apply pressure. Don't get comfortable. You got to understand something. You got to get comfortable with being uncomfortable. You
I
got to
like.
get comfortable with being uncomfortable. I'm telling you right now, the moment you stay still, the moment you get comfortable, you give Satan time and you give him room to creep right in and kill all your dreams. That's what he do. He's slick like that.
Slick like that. I like you said, be prepared to be uncomfortable. So many people love the comfort of, oh, let me stay right here. No, you got to be uncomfortable. And if he gave you that vision, that dream, he's going to give it to you uncomfortable. Because plenty of nights I don't sleep.
What?
Plenty of nights I cry, Lord, please, Jesus, help me, Lord, please, Jesus. Right? You know, we talked about this. Plenty of nights when I said,
What?
God, okay, you sure? Yeah, okay, got it. Okay, I got it. Okay, I got it. I had to shake it off and just keep going, right? But like you said, it's a special gift.
Yes.
It's a special gift. So we wanted to show you because we're familiarizing each other with what you're doing, what we're
Okay.
doing, and how we're definitely going to build your vision up. I'm super excited about what we're about to do together with you. I'm super duper excited. So look at this blast from the past right here. So we went through different phases of what God has revealed to us, and we had make room, we had reveal, we had stretch, we had breathe, and now we are at believe. So every year, God is just showing us something different and different. And so we always say our gifts will make room for us. So we have some special guests that's going to be at Impulse Summit, and we're going to continue to follow your journey, and we want you to follow ours. And look at some of the special guests that we're going to be having at Impulse Summit this year. So here we have Mr. Jerome DeMonte, worldwide artist, as well as we have Miss Annalisa Jacobs. When I tell you, follow her as well. She is an amazing, amazing gospel artist. We have Sam Mitchell, another amazing gospel artist, and we have performing as well at the Cream and Green. We have Mr. Ashton Moss. So these individuals are all going to be as our special guest artists that's going to be at Impulse Summit. So God said big, bigger, and better, and we are going big, bigger, and better at our early morning, as well as this is our cream and green event. That's our evening gala. Okay, where they're dressed up like we seen you and your wife dressed up. That's what they will be doing on Sunday evening in their cream and green. So I'm telling you, this is just a little bit of where we're going with Impulse Summit. And I know in between now and then, we will also have our release ceremony with Pastor Siobhan Smith. And so she's coming in for our release that's going to be on Monday evening. So we always tell people, you don't want to leave until Tuesday. If you don't, you want to get a flight out late or drive back late, because we're going to be released in the whole moment of Impulse Summit. So I'm super excited about that and where we are going with that. So you see, we're building it up, and we're building it through God's kingdom. And just like we came crossing paths and understanding, you told me, Mitch, this is how it started. This is how it began. You had no idea to where you are now, and your platform is powerful. Your platform is so powerful, because just watching, I go on your lives almost every day, or the live that you're saying about, oh, I believe this is going to happen. I believe if we in the beauty industry would speak more in the atmosphere to that, what would happen? What would happen if we just put it out in the atmosphere? I believe that this is going to happen. I believe that my life is going to change. And I believe, like in Mark 9:29, all things are possible if only you believe. This is our 5th year. When that song said, never would have made it. Let me tell you, if somebody would have told me this 5 years ago, I'd be like, oh, okay, God.
I know, right?
The belief system. The belief system is in place. And we definitely have to talk about our proud reveal partner, Miss Kai Smith. This individual here believed in us. She's with the American Academy of Hair and Scalp Disease. She's going to be at Impulse Summit, but she is one of those people, like you said, they walked into the salon and said, move it all. We got this. She was one of the individuals that said, I got y'all, and believed in us and went in. And we also have a proud sponsor of AT&T, Miss Vanessa Harrison. She is the president of AT&T Coastal States in Atlanta metro area. So these individuals are constantly believing in Impulse Summit. And if anyone else want to come in and say, I want to plant a seed in Impulse Summit, I want to bless Impulse Summit even more, we have the opportunity to partner with us. 5 years. Partner with Impulse Summit for bigger, and better, and we will bring it. This is for hairstylists of all kinds. This is for barbers, for licensed professionals, students. We're talking about anyone who's looking to be elite educators. If you want to put your sponsorship or your advertisement on our digital magazine, you can do so. And this is one of the examples of what we would do to advertise your business through Impulse Summit, because it's all about connections and it's all about relationships. And people don't realize the importance. What you taught us tonight was the relationship that you have, not only with your wife, but the relationship that you have with God. Yes. The relationship that you have with him is so strong. And it's amazing just to hear you. Amazing just to hear your, communication with so many people. And every day, and I know every day is not a good day, but every day you wake up smiling. Now, I watch your lives like you on there. Hey, let me tell you all about today. And I'm like, the hormone is just amazing. Amazing. You keep that smile going. That is something that, a lot of people would have just stopped doing, but you kept that going. You kept that going. And that keeps so many people resuscitated, revived.
You're right. You're so right. And I'm telling you, what I do is I really, and this really helped me. And people ask me that, how do you make it from day to day? How do you do this? How do you do that? Here's the thing. I focus on today. I put my best foot forward today. I don't worry about tomorrow. I don't worry about yesterday, and I don't focus on tomorrow. If I look too far ahead, you get ahead of yourself. You focus on the day. If you focus on the day and put your best foot forward today, do your best. and know that God grace is sufficient. And he will continue to give you that grace and mercy along the way. And that's what I do. I take it one day at a time. I literally, one day at a time. And I enjoy today because you know why? Tomorrow is not promised. I'm grateful that he still gave her life. I'm grateful that she's on this side of the earth with me. I'm grateful that she still had purpose. I'm grateful that he gave her a second chance. I'm grateful that there is an opportunity for him to heal her and miracles, signs. I'm so grateful that God is still in the healing business. And I ain't giving up on God because he ain't giving up on me. And he sure ain't giving up on her. So I believe, like you said, believe. That's so powerful. I love it. I love it.
And
I believe.
I want to say one thing before we go into because what we do at Impulse Summit is we like to, God tells us who to give and who needs to be there. And I always tell God, choose the right people, choose who's supposed to be there. And every year he sends the right people that we can bless, that we can do something for. And it's not about us, it's about them. And so
Right.
the gifting comes naturally when God will tell you, you know what, go ahead and do that. And even though you're like, okay, God, you sure? He was like, no, go ahead and do that. And every year when we've gifted someone, God has given it back to us a return off of how it has changed their life, off of how it has done tremendously. And that was a picture of you and your family
Yeah.
and how, the growth that you all have and, how I seen you on Mother's Day and, and things like that. And happy Father's Day to you. I know it was yesterday, today is Father's Day, that constantly you see the growth that you all have and how happy they are that you're right. She's still here and she's still boss lady and she's still doing things, right? She's still doing things. So at Impulse Summit, we definitely know that we told people they needed to be on this live tonight, not just but because they need to see someone who believes so strong when they have doubts, when they are wondering. This is a gentleman right here that says you have no excuses because right now you're going live from where?
I'm currently in the hospital. My wife is laying right behind me in the hospital bed, right behind me. If you can see her, she right behind me, guys. She right behind me. But guess what? I'm not going to allow the enemy. I'm not going to allow the enemy to stop this. I'm not going to allow him to affect me. I'm going to praise him in the valley. I'm going to praise him in the storm. I'm going to praise him in the fiery furnace. I'm going to praise him no matter what, whether it's up, whether it's down. I'm going to praise him. I'm going to call those things that be not as though they are. I'm not worrying about the enemy. I'm not letting him intimidate me. I'm not letting him listen to me because I'm going to trouble my trouble. I'm not going to let trouble me. I'm going to trouble my trouble. I'm going to confuse hell with a smile on my face and let that devil know, listen, baby, you just a fallen angel. You ain't got no chance with me.
Right.
Because one thing I do is I swing back. If you get too close to me, you get too close to me, I might hit you with I'm telling you, listen to me. I play about a lot of things, but my wife ain't one of them.
That's it.
And ain't one of them. My family ain't one of them. So listen to me. I refuse to let that devil think he got us defeated. He don't. This is just part of the process, guys. This is part of the process that God is restoring every vessel in her body. God is making her whole again. From her, listen to me, from her liver to her pancreas to whatever else he got to do all the way through. God is restoring every vessel. So if I had to go through this process, I can go through it. I ain't scared. If I have to walk through the fire, let's walk through the fire. Let's get there. However we get there, I know I'm going to get to the promised land. I'm going to run my race and get to the end of it. No matter how, listen to me, no matter what I got to go through to get there and how many hurdles I got to jump, I'm going to jump. So, yeah, I'm at the hospital. And I'm still praising God. I'm still right here on this live with my sister. Yes. Support, that's what it's all about, man. That's what it's all about. We have to believe Believe, believe, believe in the midst of it all. Believe. It's easy to believe when everything's going right.
Mm.
Right?
Right. You are absolutely correct. Right. With everything going right, I believe it. And I love your saying. I love your saying. And that's something that we've been walking through and just dissecting what you always say. I don't believe what I see what I believe. And so this has been amazing. I want people to follow you. We're going to do this gift spin, but I want you to come back and tell everyone how they can follow you on Instagram. I want to share some of your Instagram, things like that you've been doing, but make sure y'all go directly and follow him on Instagram and Facebook. And so in a few minutes, I want you to let everyone know so that we can really blow this out the water, because the beauty and cosmetology industry needs more Terrence Howard. They need more Lucretians. They need individuals like you in their life. Whenever they're looking behind them and second guessing, they can look at you forward and say, that's where I'm headed. Not
That's
behind.
right.
I'm headed that way with my belief. I'm not going. That's behind me. I'm
That's
going
right.
this way. And you are a perfect example of what it means to believe. You are one of the most perfect examples of what it means to believe. And yeah, let's go into the spinning.
Well, thank you so much. Listen, you guys, if you want to follow me, you can follow me on IG at Terrence Hawthorne, at Terrence Hawthorne.
So Terrence Hawthorne. So we're gonna make sure we say that again. So let's spin. So these are individuals, Mr. Terrence, that so all right. So tonight we're gonna spin live, Mr. Hawthorne, because these are individuals. I added everyone's name in.
Uh-huh.
All right. We're gonna go this live. And tonight's winner is LaShanta Strong. So LaShanta Strong is the Believe Blesser for this evening. So hopefully she's on here. Let me see. LaShanta, hopefully you're on the live tonight. Let's see. That is our winner for Mpulse Summit Believe Blessing. All right. She's right there. So we're excited. We are excited about it. Okay. Now, any last words? Congratulations to you. Any last words? All right. She said, I'm here. Congratulations to you, Miss Strong. Congratulations. So we super duper, and my cousin said super duper. That means past excited about where we're going. I am excited about the relationship that we are building and how we're going to help build up your vision even more. Now, I'm going to say, if there's something that you had to say to the beauty and the barber industry, what would that be?
Lead with your heart. Lead with your heart, and always have a listening ear. And understand God sending people to you because you are in the people business. You are there to serve the people. So understand that God's going to send the people, and open your heart to be able to receive everything that God has sent to you. Because I'm telling you, people don't care how much you know till they know how much you care. If you don't get nothing else, get that, because you got to care. In this business, you have to care. You have to lead with your heart. You have to show people that you really love people, and you really love the business, and you love the industry. And that's what it's all about. We're there to serve the people. You're there to serve the people into whatever capacity that you can. You're there to serve. Never forget that.
Love it. I love it. Lead with your heart. And most of us have to realize, lead with your heart. September the 23rd through the 25th, Mr. Terrence, we'll be in Charlotte, North Carolina at the brand new UNC Marriott. This is our fifth year. Fifth year. So we open to cutting color, avant-garde styling, mental health, you name it. We are having it to cover throughout. And so we're super duper excited about all of the things that's going to be happening then, all the things that's going to be happening throughout. And so we're excited of the relationship that we're having with you, your wife. Again, follow and tell them again how to follow you, Mr. Hawthorne.
Oh, yes. You can follow me on Instagram at Terrence Hawthorne. Facebook, just Terrence Hawthorne. And I'm telling you, I got so many salon owners. There's so many stylists. There's so many people who's in the hair industry that actually follow us because they understand, my wife's heart and our heart as it relates to this industry, and how we've been a pillar to this industry, and how, like, again, we lead with our heart. But you can follow me there, man. God is doing some amazing things, and I'm excited about what he's about to do moving forward.
I'm excited for where you about to go. That away, like the Dallas Cowboys, they say, we're going that away, right?
That's right. That's right. How about them Cowboys?
How did I know you was a fan?
You know it. I'm telling you, how about them Cowboys?
Jada said, I love me some Mr. Terrence. I love your energy, brother. You bless. God bless you and your family. So
Thank
some
you.
people are loving you, following your journey. Make sure you follow him. I'm telling you, it's going to, if you ever feeling down, if you ever feeling like you cannot make it, if you ever feel like you don't know how to believe, watch Mr. Terrence Howard and his wife. We definitely want to thank you for joining us. Special thanks to all of our sponsors, AT&T and Kai Smith, for believing in us at Mpulse Summit. And like Sharky said, believe and register at Mpulse Summit because it's going down in a major, big way. Again, we thank you. And make sure y'all come and join us because the team is going to do a recap about tonight and what Mpulse Summit is going to be bringing and about this live tonight. So y'all can join in on us because we might do a little special thing, a special giveaway if you join us in a couple of minutes. Mr. Terrence, we thank you. In Mark 9:23, it says, all things are possible if only you believe, and you are a perfect example of what it means to believe. Thank you.
Thank you for allowing me to be on your platform. I really thank you for what you're doing and what you mean to the hair and beauty industry.
Well, thank you so much. Look, we got some more things to do. You know that.
That's
you got to write down all your visions and we're going to make them plain for real.
That's right. That's right.
Thank y'all so much. This has been amazing. And I cannot tell you enough for those who joined in. I know you were truly blessed from this conversation. Please follow the journey of Mr. Hawthorne and his wife. Go on Instagram, go on Facebook, request them, follow them, whatever you need to do, but you will see the amazing journey he has. Thank you again. Believe 2023, Charlotte, North Carolina, September the 23rd